What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, July 2nd, 2019. Want to track Bitcoin today. Bitcoin at a very volatile area. I think when we're in positions like this, you have to utilize caution and extreme conservatism. At least that's my approach to these markets. I think patience is probably the most valuable tool you could possibly have. So if you're new into cryptocurrency, that's probably my best thing I could tell you. Patience. So let's talk about patience in this video. We've had our targets down here in this bottom range for a few days now. This is our heavy accumulation area, and I tweeted, I think towards the end of June about this area. This is a key Fibonacci retracement area, and you can see since we had our swing low back in the beginning of May to our swing high, there's our channel right there. Can move this up a little. And it's around $9,900 to $8,700. This is my approach. This is my heavier accumulation area. Patience, because we haven't really got into that area. We wicked into it a little bit. We may never get into that area, and that is completely cool with me. I'd actually rather go up at this point. I have my position in Bitcoin that I'm happy with. This is just discounted Bitcoin. This is buying the dip. First, I want to start on the RSI for Bitcoin. I want to get momentum out of the way. So we approached this, close to 90 level on the RSI right here, this red line, the overbought area. We were waiting for it because historically, pretty much every time we get into that overbought area, we get a pullback. We get retracement, especially on the weekly chart. Did a whole video, I think, about that. So we were anticipating a pullback, and now we're in the middle of it. We have our retracement area that we have an eye on. And what I want to point out is we've really consolidated in terms of momentum on this RSI. The 40 line, we've talked about the 40 line, especially in the bear market, in terms of staying above that for the first signs of a bull market. And you can see since coming out of our low in December back there, you can see if we open up the RSI, Bitcoin has done a very good job of staying above the 40 line. We're finally there and it's happening, and we can kind of look at that now and we can see what that looks like. So not only that, Bitcoin has kind of been hanging out around 50 at the 50 line on the RSI, and that's a good data point for us to use now, because you see every little bit of consolidation Bitcoin gets, it seems to see support right around this area. So right now it's an interesting area, being we're around that, just above that 50 line, right, on the RSI, and we're just above a key support area, which is this 618 line on this Fibonacci retracement from the swing low to swing high back down. So Bitcoin's looking pretty good right now in the daily chart and the momentum oscillators, RSI all the way in the oversold area. So we have a lot of room for the upside. We might get a bounce here and not see this price in this channel anytime soon. So want to throw that out there. You can see the 4-hour momentum oscillators as well obviously came back down strongly, right? And you can see, just to give you an illustration of how much upside there is even on the 4-hour RSI here, if we go back and we kind of look at, all right, when was the last time Bitcoin was down here in this 40-45 area on the RSI for the 4-hour? And you can see it was back here beginning of June, and we were just getting ready to make a nice run, 78, almost 80% gains to around $14,000, coming from 7,000 something. So ton of upside in terms of momentum. Want to get that out of the way. Now, if we go over to the Bitcoin daily chart, we can really start just looking at what's going on. So first things first, we have our Fibonacci retracement. Swing low in December, we got it. Swing high that we just hit, almost 14,000. And here we are. This is our daily chart. So we're on a completely different chart here. Now, in terms of this longer term Fibonacci area, I just want to let you know, my eyes are on it, and that's it. Right now, my eyes are on it. I'm not saying anything crazy is going to happen. I'm just putting that out there because it is an extremely, extremely important area to keep an eye on if we get some type of capitulation event from where we are now. Just to give you an idea real quick, from where we are right now, that's like 35% more to the downside. Not even going to spend a lot of time on that. I just wanted to throw it out there. It's incredibly discounted Bitcoin. I don't think we're going to get there, but it's a possibility. So we approach this overbought area on the momentum oscillators. We approach this Fibonacci retracement area. that we were talking about. And I think I got some comments, when we were kind of starting to see some resistance and approaching it, that we're not going to see any type of resistance. Bitcoin's going crazy. And here's this 618,786 resistance area. And many people just thought Bitcoin was going to keep going. They didn't want to hear about resistance, but all the signs were pointing to resistance in that area. We got the bounce off of that area, and now we're slightly above the key Fibonacci area, huge area of accumulation for me. And I haven't gotten there yet. Even with this wick, I missed this. I wasn't even around when that happened. But I guess the biggest question right now is, where will we see support? And that's kind of what we're looking for, right? And so we have a couple things going on that I just want to point your attention to in this video. Number one, obviously our 618 line on this Fibonacci retracement. That's the swing low back here, swing high, back down, and it's essentially 61.8% back to this low, right? Here's the 786, so 78.6%. That's the accumulation area. So obviously, right around $9,900, key support area. We've already seen that support play out. The other thing I want to just point your attention to is this trend line back here, the upper trend line of this rising wedge that we've used a lot the last probably almost month now. And this area is something that we've talked about revisiting for support on the upside, and we did revisit it. We didn't get support though. So right now on the flip side, we're looking for resistance. And let's go to the 4-hour chart to get a better glimpse of what this looks like, because we're there right now. We're in a very volatile area, which is what I brought up at the beginning of this video. That is to say, we're right above this $9,900 area, right? The 618 in this Fibonacci pullback area. And we're right below this upper trend line in this rising wedge, right? So that's at like 10,700. So we're working with like an $800 range right now, right here. And this is what I have my eye on today. And this is really mainly why I wanted to do the video. I want to see if Bitcoin breaks above this trend line or not. It's an extremely relevant area to watch right now, because there's so much happening in this area. There's so much confluence. We have this upper trend line. We also have the upper trend line right here of this falling wedge, which is now in play. This is a bullish looking falling wedge, with the apex of this falling right into our accumulation area, right? So even if there is a window for accumulation, there might not be a huge window or a huge time frame of accumulation in this Fibonacci retracement, right? So the question is, are we gonna see a lower high in this falling wedge, and then actually kind of come back down, and maybe we're more in $9,500 area, and then I'm starting to accumulate some Bitcoin? Or are we just going to break through right now and kind of start seeing more support and start seeing some higher highs and higher lows? That's really what I'm watching for right now. It's a small window of time that we're going to see how this plays out, I think, and I wanted to share it with you. If you're here right now and you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of the channel. Let's be patient and see what happens next. I hope you have a great day, and God bless.